Welcome guys to this tutorial series where we are doing this animated human with the simulated clothes.
In this video we're gonna add some shoes to the character, and when the shoes are added we're gonna export it so we can use it in Mixamo for animation. The reason why we add the shoes before the animation is that they should follow the ground nicely. So if we pause the video, the shoes should be folded like this. If you add the shoes after animating the character in Mixamo, you pose the risk to have this kind of results where the shoes are going through the ground. You can design your own shoes or download the shoes that I created. All the assets in this tutorial series can be downloaded for free by clicking the link in the video description that takes you to my website, where you enter your details, click go to free assets and then download. The free assets contains 3D files such as accessories, camera rig, clouds and shaders. You will also access a guide for your blueprints as well as some image textures used during the process. So click File, Append, search for the shoes and import the collection and then sneakers. Here we have the shoes. Now we basically just need to position these shoes where we have the feet of the character. So they are in their own collection here. So let's start with the left shoe. And as you see, the character is positioned a little bit too low because we want the character to be inside of the shoes and the shoes to be on the ground level. So we will have to move all the character objects a tiny bit upwards, and we also have to move the hair. So let's select also the hair, and then we press G and Z and make sure that this is moving up. And as you see now, nothing is moving, and that is because when you import something from DAZ Studio, the location and rotation and scale is automatically locked. So we have to go into these objects and we have to uncheck these options here. So we go to eyebrow and slide here. We only need to unlock the location and then the rest of the objects. Okay, so all the objects and also include the hair. And then we move it so that the feet fit into the shoes. To make it easy, we can copy the values from the left shoe over to the right shoe. And of course we have to reverse the x-axis. We want to export the human and the shoes, but not the hair. Personally, I don't want to export the hair because it increases the file size and the risk of something messing up. So I will turn on both the hairstyles that I've created here and click Sync Collection, create a new collection that I name Hair, and I will put both of them in there, and then we can choose the hairstyle later. We deactivate this collection so it doesn't interfere with anything. And now we cannot use the Sunny anymore. So we delete this one. We can even delete the whole collection there. So now we have a quite clean file with only the human and the sneakers. And actually we don't even need a root anymore, so we can bring this up and delete the root. And one of the hairstyles didn't follow because it was hidden, so I will just pull this one into the hair. And now we have a clean file. Before we export this character to Mixamo, let's make sure that all the transforms are applied and that the normals are correct. So select all objects, press Ctrl A, and apply all transforms. And then go to Viewport Overlays, show face orientation, and find all the objects that have something red visible. The red should never be on the outside of anything. So if it has some kind of red color, then go into edit mode. Make sure that all the mesh is selected. Then go to Mesh, Normals, and recalculate outside. So now this shoe looks okay. Mesh, Normals, recalculate outside. It is okay if the eyelashes show a little bit of red, but that's the only thing. Otherwise the character should look like this. So now I will make sure to clean the file on anything that shouldn't be there. So I go to Unused Data and press Purge. And we see that there is a light, a curve, and 6 node groups that are not used. So we press Delete, and we go back to the View Layers. And then we can check the materials. So let's go to the Shading tab. And we see what materials are for the human. So for the human, everything looks clean. No random materials in the list. And for the shoe, everything looks clean. So the materials are fine. So the last step is just to package the external data and make sure that is in the file. So File, External Data, and we click Automatically Pack Resources. Like this. And then we save the file. So now we have a choice to make. Mixamo can't read advanced materials, so if we send the model now as it is to Mixamo, it will look quite crazy while it's in the Mixamo interface. However, the rigging still works and the animation will still come out, and when you come back to Blender again, everything will be fine. But if you want it to look good inside of Mixamo while you're rigging it, the way around that is to create duplicates of your materials. So let's say we have the body here. We go to the body, and then we will create a duplicate, and we can call it body temp. So now we have both the body and the body temp. And Mixamo can't read these materials, so we disconnect here, and then we can add a diffuse BSDF and just plug the BSDF into the surface, and we can delete this. So if we do this for all the materials, the model will look better in Mixamo. But in my perspective, this is a little bit of a tedious process that is not really worth the time. So I will skip this step, and we have to bear with that the model looks a bit weird while it's in the Mixamo interface. So let's export our model. We will do an FBX export. So let's select everything here, and then we press File, Export, and FBX. And we can limit it to selected objects, just in case we have something else in the scene. And we will keep empty, not camera, not lamp, not armature, and not others. So we will just have empty and hold shift and click mesh. So those are the types of objects we're gonna keep, and the rest we can just keep as it is. So add your location and a name and export FBX. So now we have an exported FBX ready to be animated in Mixamo. And in the next tutorial we're gonna do the Mixamo animation, and then we will import the animated character back into Blender again.
Like, subscribe, and share this tutorial with your friends. See you in the next video.